Good morning. How did you get on yesterday? Any green screens? Day off for me today, preparing for today. I'm going to do a live stream at 2:30. Hope you can come along. Let's have a look at yesterday. Looked like a nervy affair yesterday. Leeds getting the better. Nottingham Forest both remain above the relegation zone. This could be a crucial win for Leeds come the end of the season. You've got to take points off your near market rivals. London derby, nothing much doing there. Would you take a 0-0 on? Well, 2.5 the favourite. Local derby, not very appealing. Another 0-0 seemed to be catching yesterday. This is a point gained for Metz, and really 3 points lost for Lille. Metz should be the side you're taking points off this season, and you can see how this could impact on Lille's season. Really poor form coming into this, so couldn't cross the line. An extra 3 points, though, would have had them up, knocking on the door of Champions League qualifying football. Metz, not done much for them, but keep them within 1 point of this relegation playoff place, which will be the next best thing if they can't stay up naturally. They can hopefully get that third from bottom place, at least have another swing of the bat, Metz. French Ligue 2, nobody seemed to want to take their points yesterday. Dunkirk 0-0. Red Star and Pau. Red Star not taking their points either. So it's brewing up nicely in French Ligue 2. You can see Reims are letting Le Mans and Red Star in now with a chance of that automatic promotion spot. And Dunkirk's failure to win as well, keeping them within striking distance of quite a few others for those top 5 promotion semi-final places and final places. Union Berlin, Frankfurt, both teams to score. Was expecting more of a humdinger, a 3-3, something more in keeping. Now, if that got to 4-4 at all, Greuther Fürth and Magdeburg, that would have been your lay, particularly if it's an early enough 4-4 like the 70th minute, 75th minute. First day of the Irish Premier Division, not much for us to really get from yesterday. The single odds on favourite, Derry, just about doing it against Sligo Rovers. And Pisa reverting to type. Did you lay over 0.5 goals at the start of the match? That way, you can lay that draw second half. Avoid a score draw, and you'll still make a profit. NAC Breda and Excelsior looks as if the red card would have been the major impact here, wouldn't it? 1.85 home favourite. Going 0-2 down. Eredivisie, we're getting our over 2.5 goals. Nearly all of them, but not both teams to score. It tends to be a good goal-scoring league, as you know. Elsewhere, an important win for Osasuna against Celta Vigo yesterday. Not a match with a very strong home favourite, but you can see the impact that this will have made on Osasuna. They must take points off Celta Vigo to have a shot at Europe, Osasuna. This gives them another catapult with another win. 3-4 now, taking them to 32 with the next win. And then within striking distance of Espanyol, who do, though, have a game in hand over Celta Vigo and Osasuna. So an important match, more so for Celta Vigo, because a win for them would have got them into the European places yesterday. Let's have a look at today's trading angles. Well, it's a busy old day, so I tend to look largely for odds on favourites today. Let's give them a star here. They appear in the My Games list there. It's a good way to shortlist on a busy Saturday session. And you can check at half-time the 0-0s, or if the underdog's leading, you'll be alerted to that. We're working our way down. Hajduk Split at home tend to get the job done. So that would be a first look. And as usual, one of the Prague's odds on at home tends to be well worth our time. The only thing we can look at for Manchester United is their performance under Michael Carrick, which has been brilliant. But too many 3-2 wins. So that needs to be nipped in the bud. Is he going to be overtly defensive? You don't want to keep having to score 3 to win a match. So that's the general pattern for Man U, but they are scoring. They're keeping their end of the bargain up and they're scoring 2+ goals at least. The odds look about right here, but as ever with a new manager, Frank might just find him out. We will find out. Arsenal and Sunderland. If ever you're going to get Sunderland, it is away from home. They are far superior at home. Away from home, all of their defeats have been collected, and likely they'll be collecting another one. Should be seeing 2 or 3 goals from the Arsenal today. The form lines throughout the season point to a comfortable enough home win, and Sunderland are the most vulnerable away from home. Bournemouth and Aston Villa, I wouldn't discount an Aston Villa second goal away from home. Tends to be their modus operandi. Bournemouth a little bit tighter of late, starting to collect an unbeaten run. Away from home has been where it's killed them off, and they've stumbled down the leagues. But they are facing one of the away from home specialists with their 2-goal habit. So watch out for Aston Villa today. Bournemouth, the value for me is in laying Bournemouth leading, particularly by 2 goals. Burnley and West Ham, it's all about context. It's not a London derby at all. It's a claret and blue derby. It's a must win. It's as simple as that. Not much more to say. So with must wins like that, you tend to be wanting to lay the late draw. That would be the major angle in. 3 points is far preferred to a single point. Fulham and Everton is a tough one to predict before I turn into Bonnie Tyler. Your throat's going. It's a difficult one to predict. Everton can park the bus. Fulham have gone through a good unbeaten run of late. It's a difficult one for me to unpack this one. Wolves and Chelsea. Rosinia should continue along his merry way today. Wolves have been seeing an improvement, clean sheets at home, goals before half-time, but it's papering over the cracks. They are down. And this Rosinia, Chelsea have the momentum, have the winning bounce under him, and should be eyeing 3 points here in their European push. Newcastle and Brentford will be a reliance on attack. Newcastle's 2+ goal haul at home. Can it get through Brentford, who've been in solid enough form of late, enough so to move up, to threaten at least the European places. So they're a tough opponent to meet at the moment. You can see 7th place on 36. A win takes them to 39 today, and within a point of the top 24. Newcastle need points more than Brentford to get them nearer to that magical 40-point mark. But you can see what good form Brentford are in. Newcastle will be overtly reliant on that 2-goal habit that they've tended to cultivate at home. In the Championship today, you'll see Ipswich Town a shade of odds on. Away at Ipswich, away at Derby, tough to trust away from home, a bit like Coventry, so got to be a little careful there. Southampton's return to odds on status, is that important today? Is that going to suggest the 2-3 goal haul that we normally see of them? Leicester been very gettable of late, haven't they? Notably today. Coventry are priced to get the scoring boots on today. No Middlesbrough today to keep an eye on. Been an absolute revelation since finding their goal scoring boots again. And in the League One, it will be the odds-on favourites I tend to turn to. Stockport County, Huddersfield, Bolton and Luton, the standouts there for me. Cardiff have been great at coming from behind of late, as have Rotherham. But they have been delivering at odds on Coventry, so watch out for them away at Rotherham today. League 2 will be the same as the Championship, and League 1 will be the odds-on favourites to get a look in. Notts County, Grimsby, Cambridge United, who've been very solid in their recent wins, a couple of them coming from behind as well, so watch out for them. Colchester, MK Dons, so we'll be looking at all of those. French League 1, Lens, a chance to knock on the top door again against a form enough Rennes, who are going to be providing a bit of an obstacle for Lens today. It's not going to be an easy win if they are to win today. It's going to be likely to be one of those one goal in it matches, I would suspect. A tough performance today from Lens, but an opportunity to go top. Brest and Lorient is a tough one, 2.35 the favourite. Nantes and Lyon. Well, Lyon are coming into this in superb unbeaten form, including a whole batch of wins. They're really the form side coming into this one against Nantes, and that 1.73 could look big at the end of this. Saint-Etienne had better get their skates on, and Le Mans at the top of French League 2. 2 winnable opportunities today, but you've got to start winning. You've got to start scoring 3 points. In the Bundesliga today, it's a difficult coupon. You can tell that by the 2.4 the favourite there for the Heidenheim-Hamburger match, which is a relegation 6-pointer. Difficult one to unpack. Stuttgart could be a bit of value away at St. Pauli, who've been digging out the draws but needing the help of a late penalty, for example, recently against Leipzig. But they did keep Leipzig very quiet. Might be able to do the same with Stuttgart, enough to give them a glimmer at home of picking up much needed points. Dortmund almost banking material today, were it not for the fact they're away from home. Look very big odds for me. Bayer Leverkusen, ditto, really on paper against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Really tough old coupon in the Bundesliga. Bundesliga's vibe will be, for me, based on the standings, and as you know, Darmstadt pushing for the top 2 placings. Week in, week out, their odds on at home, so they do deserve some attention. For example, there's only 3 places available. So certainly a win today will keep Paderborn at bay. Paderborn are odds on at home as well. Must win against Nuremberg to have a pop at the top 3. So it's brewing up nicely. Those will be the 2 matches of interest there at midday. The Paderborn one. Schalke, because they're top, and Darmstadt at 7:30 to try to respond to that Paderborn play earlier. Genoa and Napoli. Well, Genoa just seem to lack that second goal. That'll be the problem there for me with home advantage. They've been tightening the ship of late, but they just lack that second goal. I don't think they'll be able to keep Napoli out with that, with some solid signings who do get them out of jail. Fiorentina and Torino is a relegation 6-pointer, more so for the Viola. And if your odds on favourite and Fiorentina are the team who's odds on in the match, you know you're in trouble if you're Torino. For that kind of form, it's been an awful season for them. Dutch Eredivisie, 3 odds on favourites at home. Usual suspects, NEC Nijmegen having a great season. PEC Zwolle can give the big boys something to think about, PSV, etc. And FC Twente against Heerenveen can take advantage of a stuttering Utrecht and get themselves a more firmer footing. FC Twente at the top. Utrecht have been dropping points of late. Twente find themselves in 7th place. Utrecht all the way down 13th. You can see that poor run. Yes, unbeaten, but could do with a few more wins, couldn't they, FC Twente? That could be something that could change a draw into a win today. The need to get some proper points for your unbeaten efforts. So plenty going on there. Move our way down to the Scottish Cup. Celtic against Dundee FC under Martin O'Neill should get the job done. he steadied the ship a little. Spanish La Liga, Rayo Vallecano against Oviedo. This is all about whether Oviedo can actually score firstly and score 2 goals secondly. So that's what that match will be about. Rayo Vallecano, Oviedo. Rayo Vallecano have the form in the book to get a result, but Oviedo are fighting for their lives and will dig for a 0-1 in this one. You could lay over 0.5 goals at the start of the match if you'd like. We could see a 0-0 at half time, and that give you a chance of a lay the draw second half. Mallorca simply don't travel that well outside of the island. So that is about right with Barcelona today. 2 or 3 goals expected of them. The odds have even gone down, I believe. Yeah. Sevilla against Girona is a tough one to call. Sociedad against Elche. Unbeaten form. Sociedad. Too many draws. This is the one. Unbeaten form. Too many draws for them. They'd be slightly concerned, but they're coming into this in excellent recent form. And it's Elche who can't buy a win of late. Particularly away from home, no win in 8 away matches. So that is almost faltering on banker material, isn't it? Real Sociedad and Elche today. Head on over to the YouTube channel and you'll see a go live will appear at about 2:30 p.m. I'd like to do one for you today. Hopefully it won't keep the neighbours awake with the 7-hour time difference. Go to live here when you get to the Football Trading Profits channel, which this is how you'll see it at Football Trading Profits. Go to the live section here, or you could listen to some of my music, of course, and you'll see the live will appear. Okay, it'll be a go live like I did yesterday, and it will be a 2:30 p.m. start. I won't give you the address here because the last time I tried to do that I couldn't get into the go live. So I will do it straight from here at about 2:30 p.m. and I will give you the link on Telegram, but make sure you're subscribed to get an alert at 2:30 p.m. when I pop on a go live. Hope to see you there. So do make sure you're subscribed to FootballTradingProfits.com. And e-letter day today, we'll be doing the Premier League and the Premier League AI reports. You might want to see what AI has to say. Do they agree with me that Aston Villa have 2 goals in them away from home? We will find out. Live stream at 2:30 p.m. All are welcome. So do get along. Links in the description if you want to or haven't signed up for the e-letter yet. Get your Premier League research and 14-day free trial if you fancy it. It's a busy weekend. I'm looking forward to getting back into it after a stuttering few days, getting used to the time difference. So 2:30 p.m. live stream this evening. Go live. I hope to see you there.